What's up, Matrix? Wagwan people. Taekwon, Tony Goldsmith. The devil is in disguise, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Marwan. I wanted to wait a little bit. I noticed there's a lot of bottom feeders. I noticed a lot of channels, man, are all are talking about this thing. And apparently it's all over Twitter as well. All on the strength of this TashaK video. I think so far it's all on the strength of this TashaK video. And what I think people are going to be looking into, Michael Phillips, what's up, in night? What people are going to be looking into, they're going to be comparing, I guess looking at Tasha K's video, and they're going to be looking at Sonetta's video, the Sonetta video. So I first want to talk about the Sonetta video, if I can, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, because in that video is where Sonetta apparently spoke with Sonetta apparently spoke with Polight. So I want to talk about that first, ladies and gentlemen, and see if we can use our legal understanding and all that. One thing that's important for us to remember on this channel is it's mind over matter here. It's mind over matter here. That means what? Okay, we see what you got. We see what you got, Tasha K. Okay. We're not going to pay any attention to other channels like no Kwame Brown. Okay, whatever. Hassan Campbell, we're not going to pay attention to. No other channels. We don't care. And I was almost getting sick. I mean, I didn't look at it all day, but you can see like polite, 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 brother polite, polite delight. Polite, polite. People coming up with freestyles, basically condemning polite, obviously. Polite, 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 everything. And I don't know about you, but that makes me nervous. Whenever I see a whole bunch of black folks just jumping on something, that makes me nervous. Just like I got nervous when Barack Obama ran for president. I was like, hold up, everybody's just jumping on this. And I get it, I get it. Trust me, because you've got the Africa Bambaataa documentary still going. You've got all these other things going on, and you already have in your mind, you're just waiting. Somebody else is bound to mess up. Let's talk about something real quick. One thing I want to talk about real quick is the Sonetta phone call. First of all, yo, Sonetta, I'm not buying for 1 second that you didn't know Polight was going to answer that phone call. I'm not buying for 1 second that this just by happenstance. I believe Sonetta and Polight, if that was Polight on the phone, I believe they knew, they arranged beforehand that Sonetta would call Polight. I think Sonetta is that type to go ahead and prepare his shows, to know, and also to make it seem like, let me just call him, make it seem like it's just a casual call. No, that's not how it goes. So he calls Polight. Again, Polight, I believe, is expecting the call. No matter how much traveling Polight said he was doing. So Sonetta calls him up. Polight act like nothing's going on. What's up, man? How you doing, man? What's up? What's good? He's like, I don't know, man. I was just calling. I mean, we don't want to make sure you can talk. He's like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm traveling. Come on, man. If you're traveling, send that dude a text saying I'm traveling. If it's serious, hit me back. I'm traveling. If it's serious, hit me back, Sonetta. But no, there's an actual production where this guy, Polight, may have come on the phone with Sonetta there. Now, look, the thing about that phone call with Sonetta, Sonetta did try to act like he was like some concerned dude just calling, right? Peace and black power, black family, you know. He just had to make it sound like he's a concerned brother calling. Now, he didn't ask Polight if he was locked up. He didn't ask Polight, you know, anything, but Polight definitely said, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I can't really talk about it right now, but you know what? It's just like the last time when people say negative things about you. You know, we don't do all that on the media. We don't do all that online. But I'm sorry, Polight. This is not just your everyday typical thing where dudes is calling you a fraud. This is not your everyday thing here, Polight. Although you're treating it just like it's the typical thing you hear all the time. What the accusation was is that you basically raped a 14-year-old girl. That's the accusation. Not just any 14-year-old girl. The daughter of your girlfriend. Intimate partner's daughter violence. It's very serious. Now, this is another thing here. Yeah, I don't know nothing about from jail. You know, I looked up a case record, and it looked as if like I have it on my community tab, right? And if you notice on that community tab, there's no date on it. There's no date. There's nothing really, you know, if you look really closely, if you all are claiming you have an arrest of Michael North, if you are claiming that there is an arrest record, make sure that there's an actual date on it. But anyway, the phone call with Sonetta, he's like, yeah, you know how it is, Sonetta. You know how it is, Sonetta. Whenever somebody says something negative about you, this is not just a negative comment. This is a serious accusation. This is allegations that they actually have this dude's DNA. So the call, I think, was a performance. I'm not sure to what extent I can trust Sonetta, only because with a lot of info, is there a date? That's all I want to know. If there's a date, I don't want to care about a lot of info. Shout out to Star if he's got some information too. Clearly, there's more information that's needed. But I don't know how much to really trust the Sonetta guy, because Sonetta was at one point exposing Brother Polight, calling him a little Dr. York. Sonetta was out here exposing Polight for something. And then I think Polight made a video saying, you know what, if I go down, we all going down. So unfortunately, Sonetta, you wouldn't be the best character witness on the stand, Sonetta. People would probably pick away at your credibility real quick. Sonetta could not be on anybody's jury. So what was the purpose of that phone call with Polight, where Polight said he was traveling, that he can't really get into it, that he has a solid legal team? Now let me tell you something about legal team and character and defamation, because if this brother Polight is innocent, which is the issue right here, but if he were really innocent, his big time legal team with all that money that he shows you, with all that money, see, okay, that case number, okay, filed, okay, see that information right there is not on my community page, but that's cool. Damn, where was I? But anyway, y'all messed me up here. So we can't really necessarily trust the Sonetta video. So I'm not ready to say Sonetta's video cancels out TashaK's video, because we're going to get into TashaK's video right now. Oh, that's good. That's what see what I'm talking about, KUT? I like that. I like that, because you know what? You know what was important? There could be all types of smoke and mirrors, so dates are very crucial, right? So I saw the Sonetta video. Sonetta didn't ask any questions. Sonetta didn't ask, were you even in Miami? Sonetta didn't ask, you know, And then Polight said, come on, Sonetta. Polight said so all of the audience can hear. Polight was like, come on, Sonetta. Come on now. All those voluptuoso women I got. Come on, Sonetta. I got so many voluptualities walking next to me with my Ferrari. You think that would be me doing these things to the first degree with a basically a teenager? And so when I looked at it, that's a good question. Oh, she's a bougie bruja now. Bougie bruja 215. Once TashaK said, which I believe she said in that live video, or I don't know if it was a live, she said in the video that he had been released or that he made bail. I immediately had to start looking things up, right? So yeah, I looked it up. I looked things up. And I saw that other people who had been arrested or taken in, charged for the same type of crime, rape of a 14-year-old, rape of someone under 16, a lot of them had bail. Some of them were given bail. One person was given $500,000 bail, which means 10%. Another person was given like $55,000 bail. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, a lot of people don't have lawyers and a lot of people don't have money, but they still do these real filthy things, so they end up staying in jail. So I don't know why these people aren't considered flight risks, but if they make bail, which is clearly what has happened with Brother Polight, that means he's out of jail. Now whether or not he goes on the run, commit suicide, I don't know. But we are pretty much done with Sonetta's video because he cannot necessarily be trusted when you're among real intelligent, sharp people like a lawyer or a judge. Like I said before, at some point in the past, Sonetta was calling Brother Polight the little Dr. York. Now, you can go do your own research. I believe Hassan Campbell is going to be doing his own research on that part. And of course, Brother Polight responding to Sonetta saying, if I go down, all of y'all going down. So I don't know what their relationship is now, but what you have noticed in the community, in your hood maybe, in your little separate groups of toxic black folks, is that people will turn a blind eye, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you ain't fucking with me. People will turn a blind eye at whatever you're doing. If you homies, if you owe each other something, if you gang, if you part of the same crew, they'll turn a blind eye, right? Africa Bambaataa, parts of the Zulu nation. If you bankrolling people, they'll turn a blind eye. I ain't see nothing, what? But once you cross each other, then all of a sudden, all of the truth that you all of a sudden care about comes out. That you found out. Like a lot of people like to bring up Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad, but it's important to know, however you feel about Malcolm X coming out with that information, it's important to know this is not information that Malcolm X knew for the longest and decided because something wasn't going right to spill it out. Hey, listen, I don't know what TashaK. I'm saying, this guy Polight is not in jail right now. I don't believe this dude is in jail right now for nothing. This dude is over on Instagram talking about he's going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about it. Whatever it is. So another interesting thing that some of you all may have noticed is that this is right around the season of this brother's solar return, is what they call it in the conscious community. Your birthday, right? This is his birthday. I believe it's August 13th. Right around the time of his birthday. And what you will notice is that although Unwind with TashaK came up with information about an arrest and all of that in Miami of this dude, Brother Polight. If you look at his Instagram, it ain't nothing but West Hollywood, California. If you look at Brother Polight's Instagram, there is no pictures of him and any woman in any event in Miami over the last, I guess, at least 5, 6, 7 week. There is nothing in Miami on his Instagram. He's got pictures of his car. That's very interesting. He's got pictures of cars of different women, Instagram ladies, I guess, all on his IG over the past few days. He's got celebration of his birthday in California on his IG. But Brother Polight has no pictures on his Instagram over the last few days of him being in Miami. So that's another interesting thing too, ladies and gentlemen. Now, once we get into the TashaK video, because that's what those are the competing videos right now. You got dates, you got other dates. Apparently, Star put out some dates, put up some info. Two felonies and one misdemeanor. So you got competing things, which is Unwind with TashaK, and then you got this weird phone call that was allegedly Polight and Sonetta, which we pretty much tossed out. You can't really believe. There's not much credibility there. So we going on to this young lady's video. Oh my God. We going into Unwind with TashaK, and I'll tell y'all what. The thing about TashaK's video, and you all noticed the same thing I did. That Joan is very specific. That Joan is very detailed. I mean, she had me looking up. I was like, all right, is there really a rape treatment out there called Roxy? Boom. And there is a rape treatment. I was looking up the hotel name. Boom. There is that hotel in Miami. And then see what she must have been reading. Oh my goodness. So the Unwind with TashaK was very detailed. Okay? Very detailed. The names, what happened. We don't know why Brother Polight would be dancing in front of this young lady. But another thing that I find interesting, like usually, like we don't hear anything from the family members of the victim. We don't hear anything from like the victim herself. Obviously, her name, her image, all that will be kept on the low because again, we're talking about a young girl. This alleged rape happened like 2 days ago, or yeah, 2 days ago maybe. Oh no, no, the alleged rape. I believe when you're looking at Unwind with TashaK's video, she's reaching back to other dates of 2021, May, and all that, and then apparently on August 10th is when there was a warrant for his DNA. So this dude has a warrant for his DNA. This certain things may have tracked back all the way to February. Semen allegedly was found all over her clothes. This is not the same daughter. This is his daughter that ran away. This is his daughter that ran away. But the other girl that he allegedly raped, who is the same age as his 14-year-old daughter, we don't know her name or anything like that. Well, yeah, the rape, I believe, happened early 2021. Sometime. It definitely wasn't recent. And different things have been progressing since this rape has happened. And in August 10th is when everything, apparently that's when he was taken in. August 10th, if it's correct, was when he was taken into jail. Or when they at least made out a warrant for his DNA and they got the samples, boom, and everything is starting to look like something may have happened. Definitely. I mean, listen, y'all, even when you look at the Charlemagne case, she went to go get a rape kit in the Charlemagne case, but her mother, at the end of the day, decided not to go forward with the testifying, and then at the same time, the lab, they didn't really connect Charlemagne's DNA with whatever DNA this young lady had, Miss Jessica Reed. Hey, KUT Productions, as long as me and you are not part of the madness, we see what's happening with Choke No Joke and Star. Oh, I don't know what's happening, but something is about to blow up. And I first started wondering because TashaK came out of the blue and made a video about Choke No Joke a while ago saying, Jessica Reed don't fuck with you. Why are you trying to get money from Jessica Reed? So there's a lot of stuff going on. Choke No Joke is pretty much upset. He's had it up to here, whatever's going on. And he's questioning the integrity of people like Star and even another brother. But look, y'all, a lot of smoke and mirrors are going on. Like I said, I checked out Polight's. I checked out Capo. I checked out Polight's Instagram, and all I'm saying is I noticed there's nothing on there about Miami, which is very interesting. This is not to say he wasn't in Miami. I'm just noticing people will show you what they want you to see, whether it's fancy cars, tall and thick women. People will show you what they want you to see. And a lot of y'all really want to see the appearance of black love, the appearance of financial stability, the appearance of a solid character. But what I want to say here is this, y'all. If Polight is innocent, his legal team should be jumping all down, unwind with Tasha K's throat, because this is a crime of moral turpitude. This means this is such a heavy crime to be tossing on somebody's docket that they don't really got to prove much to go after you and all of your money. This is not the typical defamation case, y'all. Typical defamation, you got to prove all this other shit. You got to look at the damages. But no, there are certain crimes that are so wild. If you accuse somebody, you better be on point, or their lawyer can go after you real quick. An injunction, make you take the video down. Number one, if you are concerned about your reputation being destroyed. And I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You do not want no real live case about you raping a 14-year-old. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many connections you got. People are going to be looking at you real sideways, especially since you got so many women out here. Matrix says, hey, mama, what do you think about this one? The 14-year-old daughter of his girlfriend later awoke to find Noak forcibly trying to... See, this is the thing, Matrix. That part is what made me wonder, if this is all true, how many times has this brother Polight went ahead and taken advantage of someone's daughter or anybody else, or a woman or underage? Because he went so far as to put his finger down her throat to force her to vomit, trying to cover up his own tracks, even his own DNA, thinking that, all of it would just spill out of his mouth. Whoa. So he tried to deflect in his conversation with Sonetta, saying, look, Sonetta, come on. Look at my IG page. I got voluptuality women. I got voluptuous, fine women. I'm polygamy. Why do I need 14-year-old? Now, I notice some people are questioning maybe victim blaming. I don't know. Victim blaming? A lot of people are wondering, why did that mother let her 14-year-old kid go out with Polight late at night like that, trying to act like they're going to some party? And TashaK named the name of the club. TashaK was giving people the exact room number. And the hotel is there, y'all. The hotel, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There was a lot of tap dancing in that phone call with Sonetta, as is important, because it's a live case. But what I wanted to hear from Polight, he could have named Unwind with Tasha K, as these bloggers out here running my name dirty. I can't talk about the case, But what I can talk about is, yeah, I noticed these bloggers out here, running my name in the mud, and you better believe on behalf of everything, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. You may not be able to talk about the case, but you can definitely try to give off some energy whether or not you're going to be fighting and all that. So Sonetta never asked him, hey, man, were you ever really locked up? Sonetta never asked him, hey, man, did you make bail? Sonetta never really asked him anything. And so be easy. Try not to go through the victim shaming. But this video by TashaK is serious, y'all. So I was wondering, is he going to be on the run? Thank you for pressing that like button, though, y'all. Is he going to be going on the run? Because you know what he may be facing once he's in jail. It's not going to be about teaching and preaching and giving the knowledge. No, not at that point. He's going to be getting all types of... If he thought there was a lot of semen on that 14-year-old's clothes, this dude's going to be getting a lot more. He's going to be getting that semen and all other type of semen times 44. I'm not wishing anything negative on any other young girl, but for the dudes that commit these crimes, I definitely wish you all the hell, especially forcibly having to forcibly pleasure booty bandits and all throughout Florida jail. But it's crazy, y'all. Listen to that Sonetta call if you want to again. But I'm not the type to trust those type of calls unless I'm getting some energy from the defendant. Other than, yeah, it's just another day at the office. Everybody claiming I'm doing this and claiming I'm doing that. But why am I always free? Why am I always walking around? Well, yeah, you can definitely pay for bail. But we'll see, y'all. We will see. Because it looks like it might be actual factuals so far. I mean, yeah, we don't like to make people guilty before anything else. We do like to say innocent before guilty. I mean, innocent until proven guilty in a court. People like to say that. But damn. Unwind with TashaK's video was very detailed. It was very, very detailed. Names of the hotel. The mother. She's not making videos. She said her name was Orocho. I tried to look up Orocho and the name of this girlfriend of his. Couldn't find it. But when it comes to certain cases of moral turpitude and certain allegations and claims that DNA was already found, you is guilty until proven innocent, which is more of a reason. If he got a solid A-1 legal team and if he is innocent, that legal team would force real quick Unwind with TashaK to take that video down. They might even force TashaK to apologize if he is innocent. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if he's guilty or not guilty. It looks pretty bad, but I don't see the reports. I haven't spoken to anyone who looked at the DNA, and I haven't seen all of the evidence with my own eyes, but we do see September 15th, maybe a hearing date to see what goes down. And I'm like, wow. Oh, see, there's a lot there. Y'all see Taekwon, I have something on my community channel that seems to be just one thing, which was engaged child for sex, as it says right there. But then it says sexual battery, boom, felony, contributing to the delinquency, meaning getting people drunk, meaning getting these youngins drunk, right? So that's why it's important that Taekwon broke that down right there. Because it's more than what I have. It's more than what TashaK initially had as receipts. It's more than what I had in my community tab. So things are developing. Things are becoming more and more likely that, despite what his Instagram says, which is that he was all up in California, West Hollywood, doing things on the west side, things are starting to look like he was, in Miami with certain people and this young girl, 14 years old, the boyfriend of her mother, who trusted this dude, saying, hey, you know what? I know you and your 14-year-old is having problems right now, but what I want to do to help y'all come together as a family, I want to take your daughter out real quick to this after party. And there was never no after party. They show up to this Club 11, apparently, and that was closed, according to, right? It had to have been according to the 14-year-old. And then she loses consciousness after she drank all the alcohol, and the mother took her straight. They got that DNA kit done, y'all, allegedly. And you know what? Damn. I hope those people are safe. I hope that young girl and the mother are not disappeared. And like I said, he told Sarnetti he was traveling. That could mean a few things. It could mean he's on the lam. It could mean he's on the lam, maybe running for his life, knowing what he might face in that jail, which is what? Anybody looked up the type of years he may be facing in jail? I know I have. Y'all know how much time people like that who do things like that, y'all know how much time they get in jail? Oh, that dude may be looking at least 15 years, y'all. At least 15 years for doing that to that young girl. And it's so always your own people. Sometimes it's your own people. And it was her own people on a couple of levels, because it was the boyfriend of her mother. Damn, right? And on top of that, a black dude, older black dude, somebody she could trust, I guess. There may be some allegations of the Quaalude or the drug type of effects into this 14-year-old girl. And there is no real defense when you're talking about rape like that. He can't say, but you know what? She had told me she was 18. He can't say, but if you look at that ass, she's basically 18. He can't say she had a fake ID. No. He can't even call no a religious exception. He can't claim he was just playing the role of Moses or whoever messed around with their own kids in the Bible. I don't know what Polight's religious is other than money, if God is his money or if money is his God. Whatever, black woman is his God, so he says. And you're just going to have to wait. Like I said, on this dude's IG page, he claims that he's going to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So we'll see how that goes. We do understand that he studied under Dr. York and would refer to Dr. York as his father or his God, no matter what the allegations are. But I remember Polight speaking with Dr. York's son at one point. Polight had a conversation with Dr. York's son, and I'm trying to remember if Polight was disagreeing or agreeing that Dr. York actually did what he's in jail for allegedly doing. Someone actually said that Polight is innocent by Kemetic law. Yeah, well, I don't know if he can claim, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they at least specify which Kemetic law it was? I don't really entertain too much stuff like that. But this is like the U.S., and that girl is looking for protection under the United States law. The girl unless she's comedic. Come on now. Oh, okay. Polight will still have wives in jail, except they got bussy. Oh no! See, yeah, that's the part. That's the scariest part, because people who end up doing these things to young girls, they don't get any kind of lenience. The judge doesn't really like that. You know what I mean? The judge doesn't really like that. Now, I remember sitting in on a case. Yeah, what is that comedic law they were talking about? Who comes up with this stuff? That's why I was like, did this person did this person, whoever claims that, I thought this dude was New Wapian. Is that comedic? I don't know what's going on. Again, he's more recently been claimed to have said his religion is money. So there you go. And y'all know a defense in court could never be, come on, y'all. Do I look like I would do something like that? You see my IG. I'm hanging around with a bunch of voluptuals. I got women who is voluptualities. They so voluptuous necessities, man. Do I look like I need a 14-year-old girl's mouth? Thank y'all for pressing that like button. Do I look like I would be messing around with some 14-year-old? So, ladies and gentlemen, I feel sorry for the 14-year-old if that happened. I feel real bad for the mother who trusted this dude, and then she comes back and her daughter's looking all toe up from the flow up. The daughter comes back with Polight right there, and she's looking at her daughter like, "What the hell happened to you?" And then that's when it gets kind of weird. He says, don't tell anybody because you know what I'm saying. It's going to mess up my career. And then she's like, well, yeah, but I was hoping you wouldn't do that to my daughter because you know what? That might mess up her life, might prevent her from really caring about careers. So, ladies and gentlemen, somehow she got everything done. The way TashaK broke that report down, they have like all types of evidence. And what I mean by evidence is the type of evidence where you don't need the victim to be agreeing to go forward anymore. Y'all know how sometimes you get cases where somebody, a grown woman, or even a young girl with a mother who doesn't want the daughter to go through nothing, these people would decide not to press charges. But some prosecutors, based on the evidence, would go right ahead. They would go right ahead and press charges because the evidence is already overwhelming, and it would be a dereliction of duty of the state to let something like that slide. So this may be one of these cases. It's not going to be a Jessica Reed mother telling the daughter who was just touched allegedly by Charlemagne. It's not going to be that, oh, don't move forward. No, this sounds like these people are serious. It's a perfect predicament and situation for anyone else, adult or underage, who was ever touched in this way by this brother, allegedly. This is the time for these people to come out too. But if you look at his Instagram, where he's talking about he hit rock bottom and now he's all about red bottoms. He's got the cars. So many people are basically like, hey, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. You are the example of, of what black power is, black excellence. And me, I just can't do it, man. People running around with Louis Vuitton. This is really kind of sick mentality if you ask me. Aquarius Sun said, I can't believe some people really believe or would come to the conclusion that he didn't know she was 14. You ever see a man try to walk with busted gizzards? Nah. Shout out to Zion Lex. Wasn't Zion Lex supposed to have a debate with Polight at one point? See, you never really know with some of these brothers. And I don't like to just call it a conscious community thing, right? Because it's all in the hood, boys and girls getting touched. We just don't know really how much. Hassan Campbell was strong enough to come out, but then, damn, he sort of changed. Ron Savage is out here talking about Star now, and Star was the one to bring it all out. So we see Star is involved with the Africa Bambaataa story. Star is sort of involved with the document, of pretty much bringing out the story before Layla Wills. Shout out to Layla Wills, of course. But what is it about New York? You got Africa Bambaataa and all the Bronx Rivers, Zulu Nation covering up for Bambaataa. New York. You got Polight, allegedly, right? New York. I don't know where Dr. York is from, but I know he ended up having a compound down south where he had land, Dr. York. But y'all need to start looking at New York as it seems to be like the focal point where a lot of weirdo stuff is born and bred. Nature Boy right there, New York energy. I hope young Pharaoh is not trying to follow in the footsteps of a Polight. I mean, materially speaking, polygamily speaking. Oh, really, Michael Phillips? See, and I told y'all when I was growing up, man, I had never even visited New York. I was born in D.C. And by the time I was, I don't know, man, 10 years old, my mother, I could hear her voice talking about New York as if it's she called it Sodom and Gomorrah. But back then, that was when they had, hoes in the street in New York. That was right before Giuliani, I think. I mean, people were getting robbed in the train stations in New York, between cars in New York. Nonetheless, still, when I was growing up, my perception of New York, based on my mother, sort of a religious angle, she called New York Sodom and Gomorrah before I was even a teenager. So I wasn't really excited about seeing New York. I wasn't excited about hip hop necessarily. We had our go-go. But then you realize, and then your eyes are opened to Africa Bambaataa story. Oh, and that just puts a shadow not only over hip hop, that puts a shadow over, even more shadow over the Dr. York. Because Africa Bambaataa was very much a part of the Dr. York situation. Africa Bambaataa, they were trying to create all of that into a Zulu, into a spiritual thing. Bambaataa was referred to as God at one point by some people. And what do you find out? That he's sucking off a whole bunch of boys. Hassan Campbell, most powerful thing Hassan Campbell ever did. And he'll always be remembered for that and other infamous things. But it took him a lot to come out. And now we have another story. New York person, also connected through hip hop, also connected. He was on Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, also connected. Busta Rhymes gave Polight some props recently. Oh, man. Yeah, the compound was in Georgia, but is Dr. York from New York originally? That's the thing. And I think Michael Phillips answered that one real quick. That's the thing. I don't want to get too deep into too much of the other stories, but hell yeah, Bishu. But I just wanted to bring this video here mainly because so far, I don't like to jump on stuff just to jump on stuff. I saw all these people doing videos. It got me nervous. I started really wondering, all right, let me just take a step back. I see everybody's all amped and excited, like, all right, get polite. And then, I listen to the Sonetta video. That was a horrible idea, man. Oh, yeah, Bushwick. That was a horrible idea for Sonetta to arrange that phone call. It seemed like an arranged phone call with Polight. Hey, Polight, look, man, all you got to do, I'm going to be on here with TashaK, you know what I'm saying? Polight, look, Polight, I'm gonna call you right back, all right, boom. And then he's online talking about, yeah, you know what, I wonder if I don't know, I'm just thinking about calling Polight. What you think, TashaK? I don't know, he's probably looking. But if Polight was really traveling, why is he even looking at a Sonetta video at that point? But anyway, Sonetta went ahead and was like, this nigga Polight ain't gonna answer, but let me try. Let me try anyway. So he went ahead and tried, and Polight was like, hey man, what's up? What's good? What do you mean, what's good? You gotta know what's good. So it is what it is, yo. Yeah. Extra grimy. Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed, I think, is West Coast. So listen, y'all. You can't deny the stuff that's on record. And you got people in this chat bringing up some solid things on the record. There may be a live thing with Sonetta and Polight tonight. All right, we'll see how that goes. He allegedly can't talk about the case, right? So what's going to happen? Who knows? And we'll see how it goes, man. But shout out to TashaK. Whoever sent TashaK this email with all this reports and information, that's a big deal right there. That's a big deal right there. I'm just glad that I was never part of any kind of a, you know what I mean? I'm not part of the whole, conscious community. It's the whole thing. The whole collective, as a whole, might not be conscious. You can tell by the political choices. You could tell by the choices in food. You could tell by the choices in what people seem to be obsessed with watching and the type of stuff people want to listen to. The communities, very few of them are actually conscious, other than a heart is beating. If they are conscious, they're conscious about a battery of things, not about everything. But like I said before, if somebody is doing something dirty, motherfuckers would turn a blind eye, man. As long as you cover for him, I cover for you whenever something goes down. But you know what? If you cross me, all that goes out the door, and you start realizing, oh, all of a sudden, wow, you've been touching what? Doing what? Scamming what? So the dynamic between Brother Polight and Sonetta will always be interesting to me because, like I said, I saw that video where Sonetta was calling Polight the little Dr. York, meaning, there's some things that Polight's involved in that it may involve crimes of moral turpitude. May involve crimes of moral turpitude. Man, I'm thinking the family, I'm thinking I'm thinking somebody in that family. I mean, I don't know about TashaK's connections to Miami Police Department in that specific area and why anyone would risk, their gig. Hopefully they sent it from a private email, but I'm hoping also that the family or somebody who knew that girl, if it wasn't, the girl's mother herself, because she might, at some point down the line, she might be interviewed by TashaK herself, the mother, if she wants to. Yeah, I remember that, Miss L.J. Crump. So there may be an interest in some people wanting to keep up the image of Polight, because for a lot of people, Polight is the winner Polight is the winner. Like, you know how it is. A lot of people want to leave the hood and dive into the lap of Louis Vuitton, the lap of luxury, and that's what's considered success. When you leave your former class and you start looking down on your class, or people in that class always just want you for your money, but then he graduates, shows off his cars, white girls in his car, maybe tall, thick models, all the type of stuff that gets you intoxicated. And that's why I wanted to have the most sober video right here. Sober video. You know what I'm saying? A sober video, because there's a lot of things that intoxicate us and get us caught up. One of those things is material possessions and the look of black love, the look of some polygamy, the look of money, success, cars, Ferrari, Rolls Royce. Nobody's going to be thinking when they see you drive by. Very few people are going to be thinking when you drive by. And all of that stuff. You open up the trunk, you got a whole bunch of money. What? It could be borrowed money, it could be fake money, it could be money you have to return again. But you showed the people what you was about. And I'm telling you, the people will flock, and they would live vicariously through you and your success. And all you got to do is what? The black woman is my God. All you got to do is say what? I'm happy as long as all the people I'm helping is getting paid out here. So you learn a lot about the people who are following and liking the videos and liking these things. Like, I haven't followed Polight at all on no channel, on no kind of social media. I haven't followed Polight. I don't look at Sonetta, but we'll see how it goes, y'all. Thank you for pressing that like button. If you forgot, go ahead and press it when you're heading out. I'm going to be looking up Star's video or any community tab with the specifics about this thing. And we'll see if this dude actually will talk about any of this in his live with Sonetta, which apparently just started thanks to Yeah, She Said It. And with that, I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. Thank you, all of y'all, for coming through. Yeah. Thank you, love, son. Y'all take it easy, all right? This is your boy Marwan coming at you. We'll see if Breakfast Club talks about it. If there's a donkey of the day, I don't know. A Capo, thank you. Raindo, thank you. Chain Lace, thank you. Fula, thank you for coming through. Brooklyn Finest. Rodney, of course, the Bougie Bruja. And Bishu, thank you. Nondescript. Respect. Kiki, the Dark and Light Unbreakable Spade. Something else going on. It got crazier. The TikToks are out. TikTok, what does that mean? Black Cherubim, thank you. Taekwon, Only Elisa, thank you. Matrix, I said that already. And if I didn't catch y'all, thank you again, love, son. Michael Phillips. Thank y'all, man, for watching this video. Peace out.